Vicki Pomeroy. I am a 5th grade teacher in Arizona, and this is my 3rd year of teaching. And today I thought it'd be fun to do lesson planning with me. So I write my lessons 2 to 3 different ways. The first way I write it is with a paper and pen planner. I just got this. This is a Michaels brand. I'm not really picky on the different types of planners. The only thing that I like, let me turn to it. Only thing that I like is when the dates are on top and the subjects are on the side. And the reason I prefer it instead of the dates going down and the subjects going across is if I have events for that day, I like writing it on top, and that way all day long I can see it. Like if I have an assembly or if I have a half day schedule, anything that I'm going to need to remember as I'm planning, lessons are shorter, what have you, I like seeing it right here. If I have my days of the week going this way and then I just write that information here, I might forget it when I come to this side. So I prefer it this way with the dates going down, but to each their own. The second way I like writing my lesson plan, again, I have the dates on top and the subjects going across the side, and this is the copy that I will show the principal. My school asked us to print off the lesson plans and have them posted by the door in case anyone, if it's an admin or if it's a volunteer, who have you, anyone coming into your room knows exactly what you should be teaching. The third way I said is something I'm just starting this year and I don't know if I'm going to continue with it, but I was inspired by Not So Wimpy Teacher, how detailed her day-to-day lesson plans are, and I struggle in teaching reading, so by purposely putting out very detailed lesson plans, I'm able to make sure I know what I'm going to do before I start teaching reading. So that's why I'm like 2 to 3, because that third one is just for reading. If you want to know more about how I do those lesson plans, I'll probably put another video sometime later in the school year when I've had more practice. I've only done a couple weeks of it so far, and I haven't even taught those lessons, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with that. Today, I'm going to show you how I do my overview of my lessons. Okay, so as you can see, I've already written out my first week of lesson plans. School starts August 5th. And I don't know the exact time periods, but this is the lesson plan I have written. Curriculum for math starts day 2. The rest of these curriculums start the second week of school. So math is the only subject I have written where I actually have curriculum. The rest, I just have time periods where I'm going to start introducing procedures. So I have starting at 7:45, that's after announcements, after the first bell. I'm going to do some introductions. I'm going to go over classroom bingo, and I'm going to talk a little bit about flexible seating that we'll have. Then I'll go and do a tour of the school, and as I'm doing a tour of the school, I'm going to focus on my procedures for walking in a line. Then we're going to go to reading intervention time, and that's when I do my ELA rotations. So I'm going to introduce how I want to do my spelling rotations and how I'm going to do my reading rotations. And every week I'll add another element of my stations and until they fully understand it. If you want a video of how to do ELA stations, let me know and I will go into this in a lot more detail. Next we have our math stations. Next we have our math subject. The first day I'm going to introduce our math program, we use Ready Math, which goes with iReady. So I'm just gonna spend one day just going over the procedures of how Ready Math works, and then start on day 2 with an actual lesson. This is only our second year with the math program, so they should have a little background knowledge, but it's always good to refresh. And I'll do that all week long. Next, I have my math intervention time block. And I'm using, the first day I'm going to do a read aloud and talk a little bit about cafe menu and the daily 5. But the rest of the week, I'm going to be doing different types of math games so that they get used to after lunchtime, they have a math activity. The following section would be my normal science and social studies block, but I'm going to be using that to talk a little bit more about procedures, voice level, bathrooms, house quiz. I'm doing a Harry Potter theme, so they're going to take their quiz to figure out what house they're in at this time. And it's just throughout the week at this time, I'll just go over different procedures. And then finally, I'm ending with my writing block. And I'm just going to go through and do different writing activities that go hand in hand with the Not So Wimpy Teacher writing bundle. Okay, so week 1 is already set up, and I started working on week 2. So again, I don't have the times of each of my subjects, and I don't know if they're going to be taught in this order. So I just wrote them out, and if I need to move things around, I'll move things around. But these are each of the categories I will be teaching. So again, I have my dates across. I haven't gotten my school calendar, and as soon as I do, I will go and I will input any activities up in here. If we have a fire drill that day, if we have a half day, if it is assemblies, or if I have a parent coming in, I'll write all the information up top. And then what I like to do is I like to just go subject at a time and work my way across. I usually start with math because math with the iReady program or the Ready Math program, it tells you day by day what they want you to teach. So it makes lesson planning very simple. So I know this is going to be lesson 2. I'm going to have 4 days of lesson 2. And then I started day of lesson. Then I went into writing, and the same thing, because the program that I've purchased is day by day. This is how you do it. I went ahead and I wrote out what I'm going to be doing. So once my math and my writing are filled out, then I go back up to my reading. Science and social studies are probably the hardest standards to plan for. Science and social studies are probably one of the hardest standards to teach, and that's just my personal experience. In my district, they give us a curriculum map, and it's one standard that you teach for 40 days, or maybe it's 5 standards that you have 3 weeks to teach. And so it's always kind of put on the back burner. So when I plan for science and social studies, I look at what is their end goal. What do I want them to learn? And then I kind of backtrack from there. So if science is just about learning how to find information, and social studies is about the 3 branches of government, I'm going to just smush those 2 together and figure out how can you find information out about the 3 branches of government. Alright, so I just whipped this out really quick. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. So this is a quick version of how I'm probably going to teach it. At the end of the unit, I want the kids to know what are the 3 powers of government. I want the kids to know what are the 3 powers of government, and how do they check and balance themselves. Alright, so I know on Monday I'm going to write types of government. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm going to write about the legislative system. And that is what my second week of lesson plans will look like when I use the planner. Alright, so I am going to be writing out my formal lesson plans for week 1. So I just have my dates up top, I have my subjects down here, I put the time periods that I will be working with those kids, but these time periods and subjects might move around as I develop my lesson plan. So I have a slot here, and this is where I put all of my important information. If I have a meeting that day, if I have student council, if I need to put progress reports to, whatever it is, this is a location that I put in all that information. So I don't have it in my lesson plans booklet, but I do have a spot for morning work right here. So this is just the activities kids are going to be working on as I'm doing attendance. So the first day of school, I like the kids to create a name tag tent. And here, once I have my class list, I'm going to have class word search. Let's do 2 different words for that. Class word search. I'm going to start morning meetings on Wednesday. Okay, so I have my morning work written down, and now I'm going to go back to my lesson plans and I'm going to write down what I'm going to be doing during those periods. So from 7:45 to 8:30, I have marked as reading, and in that time I know I'm going to do introductions. I'm going to, let's make it a bullet. What is that? I don't think I can make it a bullet in this. I'm going to do classroom bingo. My next time slot at 8:30, I'm going to do a tour around school. Day 1 of my lesson plans. So I would just continue out filling in the rest of these, just cross-checking with my planner. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate all the feedback I've been getting. Let me know if you want to see any other videos like this, or if you want to see more classroom setup videos. I'm open to feedback. Just put them in the comments down below. But thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.